Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Lexus Uncut. Today we are here at True Black Cafe with the president of our Lexus Club, Shrihita. Hi Shrihita, how are you doing?
I'm good, Divakar. How are you?
I am doing fine, but it's really hot outside. But even if it's hot outside, our podcast is going to be so cool, people are going to love it.
True that.
Since you are here, we have some questions collected for you. So let's start with round one. How was your college experience been since the past 3 years?
I'd like to say my college experience was pretty bittersweet because initially I had zero expectations for my college life. You know, the college life, the friends. So I didn't connect with a lot of people. Initially, I actually had thoughts of like dropping out of college and starting fresh. But then slowly it got better because of a few things. I found people, I've lost friends, I've gained friends, and overall it's a really nice experience.
Well, a wise old man said, it's all about the journey. So, thank you for the answer, Shrita. It was really helpful for us. So, going back to the next question, how did Lexus Club help you?
Lexus Club, I would say, was my lifeline at college. The reason why I stayed back without dropping off. I first discovered Lexus Club while I was going through our college website, you know, initially before even joining. And it said that it was the literature club of our college. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll check it out. Before this, I was extremely introverted and shy.
What,
I am still introverted and shy. But I was even more introverted and shy before coming to this college, and I made a promise to myself that I would put myself out there and I would, make myself take opportunities and, do things for myself. And I thought this Lexus Club would be my way for it. So I thought I'll join, I'll check it out. Okay? And then when college started, everything was online. The classes were online, friends were online. And when we, there was not a hint about Lexus Club. Nobody were talking about it. And then we got a message suddenly that there were, interviews and everything was online. Unlike for you guys, for us, everything from the writing test to the interviews, everything was online. But that was also a really good experience. Our seniors weren't, I used to believe that seniors would be very, bossy, and they'll be like, oh no, you have to do this. But they weren't. They were super sweet, very helpful throughout the process. And I remember in our interview, that interview that happened, our interview started at 4:30 or something, and it ended at 8:30. But we were talking till 1 a.m. We were chit-chatting, we were talking with our seniors.
For real?
For real, I swear. Till 1 a.m. and it was like we have met before, but I knew them right then and there. That day was the first time I met them, and it was crazy. Lexus Club is truly a boon for me in this college.
That's so sweet of you. Though COVID were tough times for us, all of us, but still Lexus was able to give that social interaction you deserved to be outside.
Exactly.
For you.
It gave me hope.
This is so relatable because as we were interacting with you guys the same way how you interacted with your seniors.
Yes.
So it's there's nothing we can tell about. We are all grateful to Lexus Club. So yeah, moving on to next question. How do you think the role you got as president in Lexus Club will help you in your personal life?
Well, me being a president was something that I expected. But me being a joint secretary initially was totally unexpected. I had no idea. But when I got that post, it gives you a sense of responsibility.
Yes.
I know it might not mean much for somebody outside, but when you're in the club, it gives you a sense of responsibility that you have to do things, you have to get things done. Small things, and I think that in the long run will be really helpful for us. And working with the teamwork and all of that, it's just really a nice experience.
I mean, yeah, you truly deserve the post. I'm telling because
Thank you.
After listening to all the experiences you told us, even though it's been just a short while since we started the podcast, and just listening to the plethora of experiences you gave, truly makes you the deserved candidate for the president.
Thank you.
Okay, so since we have finished with the round one, so we were going through our Instagram handle at the Lexus_Club. So what happened was we asked our followers to give some questions for you. So let's start with them. First question: what was your opinion about the previous Lexus office, and what could they have done better?
Our previous Lexus office, for them also, everything was online. They didn't really have like hands-on experience and conducting events and doing all of that. It was new for them as much as it was new for us also. But I believe they tried their best to bring the club out from from the grave, and because online mein everything was stopped. College works was only stopped, so let alone the club works. So they tried their best to get it out, and they succeeded also. Right now Lexus Club is at this place because all of us and all of them, they worked for it, and I believe they were really good at doing it. Although one thing is that we could have conducted more literature events, but we'll do it. It's a hierarchy process, bro.
Of course,
so it gets passed down. So we'll do it for them.
It's in the journey, yes. So as long as we are loyal to Lexus, it's all good for us.
Yeah.
We have a lot of coming in the store, I believe. Okay, that's good to hear.
You do.
Okay, so going on to the next question: what keeps you going? What's your motivation?
My motivation, at the end of the day, I like to do things that give me peace, that makes me happy. If there's something that is not peaceful, even it's the most important thing also, I second guess it. Like, I don't want to do it.
It's based on purely intuition.
Purely intuition. Like if something is giving me these negative vibes, I run far away from it. And my motivation at the end of the day is to do things that keep me happy and be good at the things that I do. Anything.
That's a valuable advice for everyone. So moving on to the third question: how to maintain this question is based upon the answer you just gave right now, so feel free to answer it again. How to maintain a positive mindset even though things around you aren't favoring you?
Let me tell you, it's very hard. It's very hard to maintain a positive. Those things that demons, they come and they'll be like, you can't do this, you can't do that.
The voices
in your head.
It's come from behind. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It's very difficult, but maintaining a positive attitude is very difficult. But when you do it, when you learn to maintain a positive mind and look at things with a different perspective, at the end it will really help you and give you that sense of satisfaction that you tried your best, but it didn't happen. It's okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true though, because when you conquer something which feels like a challenge to you, the amount of confidence and the blast of the blast of ecstasy you get after conquering it, so it's satisfying. Okay, moving on to fourth question: what was the main reason for creating the Lexus Club?
Well, I wasn't there when it was created, but from what I know, this was created by Evelyn ma'am.
Yes.
She's not in our college right now. But from what I've heard, she's a great woman. Like she did amazing things. She was the first one to introduce MUN in our college. And by the way, MUN did happen in our college. There was an edition of MUN, and
really,
yeah, there was.
Wow.
And and I believe for me, Lexus is not just like a club, a literature club who do things. You conduct events. It's not just about that. We are a community of people. We are a community of like-minded people. When I came here, I found people who understand what I thought before even telling what it was. Them and I have the same thought process.
That's so relatable because people really they just keep on guessing, because it's all the like-minded people we all gather over
it's
here.
a community and you find lots of amazing people, and I did find lots of amazing people. My entire team, and it's great. It's just great.
Once again, we are grateful. Moving on to the next question. This is a lot of question that has been requested for the Lexus Club, and a person already asked this on an Instagram handle. When is our MUN?
Our MUN is coming, guys. Soon. We're working on it, and we're sure it will be out.
Well, guys, stay tuned for the MUN. Okay, so moving on to the round 3. This is buckle up for this round. First question: did you realize anything new about yourself while answering the questions?
I did realize that, as I said, I was too introverted and shy in the beginning, and that I tried to, remove that thing, like that part of me completely, and I think I was successful for an extent. And I also realized that I had a pretty good college experience, as much as I say.
It was quite difficult for me also to like just keep on like coming to college, and it was just it was nervous for me. How did you even tackle that? Like when you just step into the college, it's just like, oh my god, this is like this huge structure of concrete in front of me. I don't know what's ahead of for the future. I don't know how will I even mingle up with the students.
And
how did you do that?
And that too, the time that we had to go to college was like after I had like no human interaction after the lockdown, and it was very difficult to go in between people.
That must be so hard, I'm telling.
But
it was very hard. Like how did it feel like COVID impacted your life? Like after you went to college, like you had to speak to people, wasn't it? Like
very. I was so used to like being by myself, and that talking to people, socializing was like I had to do it all over again.
That must be so hard, I'm telling. Okay, moving on to the next question. What is your favorite book recommendation you would like to give?
Okay, so I have two book recommendations. So one is philosophy, for those of you who like philosophy, and the other one is a bit of like a fantasy fiction kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So in philosophy, there's this book that I read called JR. It's by Devdutt Patnaik. It's a retelling of Mahabharata, and
okay,
I must have read it like for 10 times all over. It's that good, and it's like very life-changing. Like once you read it, that is when you understand like things in life. It's actually true that they say, like what they say about Mahabharata. Like there are things that relates with you, that happens in real life. That is something. Those life lessons are like really true. And the fantasy book is Maze Runner. So I read this in my 9th class, and I don't remember the author, but that book was so good. It was like I was the main character in that book, and I was so immersed in it. It is so good. Like you get to.
I think they made a movie about Maze Runner, right? Okay. So this is a personal question from me. Like, how did you like? What were the points from the book that you read from the first book, as you said? Did you implement them in your life? Like, how did they help you like overcome any battles that you are facing among yourself?
One thing that I truly believe is being honest from that book. Being honest. I believe in karma. What you give comes back to you at any point of time, and which I believe, which is why I always strive to be honest in what I do and what I say. Those white lies might, okay, white lies that you say.
It's fine.
Yes. But like overall, I strive to be honest in what I do.
Well, a wise old man again said, honesty is the best policy. That's really inspiring about like what you think from the book and stuff. Okay, moving on to the last question for this round. What advice would you like to give to everyone watching / listening to this podcast?
Well, I myself need advice in life. It's not
Hashtag relatable.
Yeah. But one advice I'd like to give is, I know it might be a cliche, but another thing that I believe in is being kind to people.
Yes.
As I said, karma is something that comes back to you, and I believe in good karma. So you don't know what what the person is going through at that point of time when you say something, negative or say something mean to them.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
There's nothing that goes when you be nice to people.
I mean, honestly, I'm not being like I'm not sugarcoating this or anything, but then you were one of the sweetest person I met in Cmrtc. I'm telling, right? I feel proud to be your junior. Like I got so much experience being in Lexus Club, hanging around with your seniors and your batch. And so I would also like to ask this question from my side. What was one advice you think you should have got in first year?
In first year?
Yes, when you joined this college.
Be cautious when you're making friends. Be very cautious when you're making friends, because take your time. Don't accumulate a lot of people. It never works in college.
So it's a quality over quantity.
Yeah, quality over quantity, always.
Absolutely. Alright, so we are done with all the questions over here. So would you like to end the podcast with a short note?
Well, I'm really proud of all the work that Divakar, Saha, Lasya, and all of the team is doing.
Pleasure.
Really great work that's going on in our club, and I'm really excited for our first years and the rest of the second years to come. Get inspired and do more creative things and keep your creative side awake.
Alright, thank you so much, Shrita Akka.
Thank you, Devas.
It's been nice. So here it is, guys. This is the end of the first episode of Lexus Uncut. So meet you soon.